Once upon a time.
So we start this week with more plastering, and Stefano is adding plaster to where he was plastering under the kitchen window last week, and also some other areas that have been bricked up and need another coat. And Terry is increasing the height of the doorway into the bedroom from 1800mm to 1900mm. Still shorter than in Britain, where doors are generally 1981 tall.
That lonely star waiting to fly.
So the kitchen and living room floors are all concreted, and we move now onto the bedroom where the boards are being taken up by Terry to reveal the ash underneath. The newly created bathroom space at the back of the house not only houses timber for ongoing projects, but now the floorboards from the bedroom are being left out there too.
Never flew again, never flew again. The sky, over the white cloud.
The stopcock for the water is enclosed in a plastic box which can be plastered round, and Terry is now sawing off the door frame so that he can increase the height of the bedroom door.
Close to the stars, you become a star. Close to the stars. Close to the stars, but she became a star. Close to the stars. Close to the stars, but she became a star. Close to the stars. Oh, close to the stars, but she became a star.
As for me, I noticed that the loft hatch is open. I've never seen in the roof, and I noticed there's a ladder right underneath, so up I go.
She was covered with the stardust. All over, all over. From then on, she said she lost her wings.
To make way for the concreting in the bedroom, they not only have to remove the ash layer, but dig out a lot of the sand, mud, whatever you like to call it, underneath. Stefano then explains to me the height of the floor and the drop from the ceiling where the plasterboard will go. There's a metal profile to go up there, and he's telling me all this in Bulgarian, but I got a rough idea of what he was saying.
She was covered with the stardust. All over, all over. From then
I was just thinking we could have added some more sand to this area and had our own beach inside the house, but that thought passed fairly quickly.
by the sky, over the white clouds. Over the white clouds, above the sky, over the white clouds.
That was Terry. Terry is once again pouring rubble outside. It's actually mainly mud, a sort of sandy mud, which is the ground here. The way we're taking the bedroom floor up is that the ash underneath the floorboards, which is what we used to use it in Britain actually, because I've seen it, but there's ash under the floorboards as a top layer, and below that there's all the mud, no actual foundations. That's all being dug up, so what you're seeing behind is basically a pile of mud, and then what they'll do is they'll pour concrete into the bedroom floor area and make an attempt to bring it up to the living room floor area as much as possible, so the two floors are level. They were telling me this morning that it'll probably be a few centimetres difference, so that we'll be able to trip into or out of bed. I can't be sure which way around that will be, but they find that out as we go along. They're going to do their best to level it, and once the tiles are on, it should be fairly level anyway. So that's how things are going here, and I'm not going back inside because I keep getting in people's way, but that doesn't stop us having a look at regular intervals. So we've got 3 people working on the house at the moment. 2 of them are digging up and clearing the floor, ready for the concrete, and one of them, Stefan, is plastering in all the places that still need plastering. One evening we were in our hotel room, which overlooks the main square in Svishtov, and we were about to go down and eat at the Trumpet, which is a pub on the square, and we heard some music coming in through the window. So we looked down and there was a whole load of people gathered around the stage area in front of the municipal building. So I went down with the camera, but of course everybody else had got there first because they knew it was going to happen, and I was kind of trying to push in and get some pictures of the kids who were doing the performing. By the time we got this far in the evening, we'd retreated back to the Trumpets, and this is the view across the square from there. We were having our eating and drinking, and we could still hear this young girl's very powerful voice, so I did nip over and try and catch a glimpse of her, because she wasn't that old at all, but my goodness, she had a fantastic voice. And so the sun starts to set in the background over the Danube, the lights come on at the Trumpet, and we have another enjoyable evening sitting on Eleko Square. It's Thursday back at the house. Stefan is there with his laser levelling device, making marks on the walls from a central point. You should be able to see the laser light as it hits the walls, and if not, wait till Stefan bends down here and you'll see it on his leg. Davey's been down in Svishtov this morning ordering more supplies, and very soon after the van turns up outside the house and the guys begin unloading the stuff. You'll see the metal mesh that forms the basis for the concrete floor being unloaded, and I can tell you, having had my leg pricked by some of this stuff, that it's quite sharp. We seem to have a good mixture of timber, metal profiling, bags of concrete and plaster, and various other bits and pieces. Oh, and a bucket. We have no fairies at the bottom of our garden, but today we have 2 storks. Davey spotted them sitting on the 2 electric poles from quite a distance if we draw back. Friday morning, and the metal grid's down in the bedroom and plastering can begin. The septic pit is being filled in. You can see now how they built the structure. The soil pipe stops here in the middle of the garden, and you'll find out why that is a little later on. We've gathered quite a nice pile of rubble from the bedroom floor, and there should be some more of this in the next few weeks when the patio door goes in, because a lot of bricks will then come out. The concrete railway lines are going down in the bedroom, and gradually that'll all get filled in. If you compare these pictures with what we showed you only a few days ago, you can see that the plaster has dried out nicely and the dark areas have become a lot lighter. This of course is helped by the hot weather we're having in Orish at the moment, with temperatures around 30 degrees. So it's time to say goodbye, and I'll be back in a week's time. I'll leave you with a couple of pictures that my wife took of me when we were out in Svishtov. The first was a very small kitten that we found outside a venue called Deja Vu, where we were having some food. And the second one was a restaurant which has a lot of cats, but this particular one was very thin and looked starving, and I gave it some of my chicken and it made friends with me afterwards.